This is your host, Jay Snip4, with some potentially breaking news in the silver and JP Morgan arena. I've been following a guy here for a little bit, and someone on my website, I believe it was Silver Surfer, posted this link. I hadn't got a chance to watch this yet. He already posted on my website. And there's a guy by the name of Jim Comiskey, I guess, who is pretty up to date with the silver market and a lot of different things. He works out of some financial, I'm not going to say a financial institution, but some kind of trading company or brokerage. I'm not sure what he does specifically, but this guy definitely, I've watched a few of his things. He knows what he's talking about. And here's the breaking news. We've seen gold and silver tanking lately, and again, the market's tanking with it. Having said that, he says this. Now, this is his opinion. It is also mine because it's his. I'm gonna attach it to his because I believe what this guy says. He's not one of these guys that comes out with some kind of big lie or big false story or anything else. He gets information, he relays it, and if it's BS, he's not going to waste his time. I know that for a fact. So here's what he says. And I'll link his YouTube video at the bottom of mine in the description. Jim Comiskey states in his update this evening that his London trader source, who's given him information in the past that appears to be accurate, or appears to have been accurate in the past, that his London trader source has informed him that JP Morgan sold 13,000 July silver contracts today on the LBMA, London Bullion Exchange, which is the same as the COMEX, except it's in London. That's where the big money is. Now, this was posted today, by the way. He says that this trader source told him JP Morgan sold 13,000 contracts. Now, keep in mind, each contract is 5,000 ounces of silver. And since I can't quite calculate that in my head, 5,000 times 13,000 is 65 million. 65 million ounces of silver. 65 million ounces of silver paper silver was just sold today on the market. Now here's what he says. JP unloaded this huge amount selling it due to a massive margin call that they had to come up with the money for. The rumor in the pits is that a major JP Morgan client was served a massive margin call and was forced to liquidate its massive silver short position to meet that margin call. Jim Comiskey believes that this is indicative of a market bottom in silver. He said in this video that I'm going to link, we could potentially see another dollar or so, $26, $26.50, bottom roughly for silver. So what he is saying is from there, that's a new bottom. It should start to go higher. Now the question is, which I don't have the answer to, at least not yet until we see some of the COMEX data, I'm assuming, which is usually Fridays, but it's always this, you get to see it from Friday and it regards the last Tuesday. So technically, I don't know if we're going to know this Friday. It'll probably be next Friday where we can really see the numbers from the, not the COMEX, but the COT report to see where the commercials stand in their short and long positions and where the large traders are in their position. You have the commercials, the large traders, and then the small guy. The small guy doesn't even really count as far as longs and short positions. But this is very interesting because a client. Remember what Blythe Masters just said. We don't hedge for ourselves in the silver market. We hedge for clients. Now, naturally, if you were JP Morgan, you would have some of your buddies as clients so that the red flag isn't thrown at you. Right? You're just the middleman. You can't have the red flag thrown at you. So you will show and back up, hey, we do have clients, and it's actually those clients that hold this massive short position. So even though we're doing the trades for them, we're handling it for them, it's theirs. It's our clients. And they can stand by that. So he's saying his inside source, who's a phenomenal source to him, gives him information about things like this, who it was, what happened, and the guy has apparently been right before. I can't vouch for him or Jim, but again, I've followed some of his videos here in the near recent future, and man, this is not a guy that's going to come out and lie. This is not a guy that's going to come out and make a BS story. 100% sure. Positive. And he's saying that they did this because they had to meet a margin call. They made a bad bet, which is probably tied to JP Morgan's bad bet, the $2 billion JP Morgan lost. They were probably betting on the same type of stuff, derivatives related. It imploded in their face. Oh my God, we've got to sell something. What better thing to sell than silver, right, JP Morgan? Because then we can smash the price of silver. And that'll make everybody happy. You know, the bankers. Hey. You want to say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Say JP Morgan. Say JP Morgan.
JP Morgan.
You're fired.
Fired.
See?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's this?
And a kiss. Night night.
I think we are home.
Okay, you can give PD hugs. PD is our little dog. So, anyways, this could be very, very, very interesting. If they just dump that, the only part that why I say it could be very, very, very interesting is because I want to know who bought up, though. For every sell order, there has to be a buy order. So, if they just unloaded 13,000 over the last 2 or 3 days, right, or whenever it was, I don't know if he's saying it was today, I guess. Yeah, today on the LBMA. So, if someone unloaded 13,000 contracts today, was it the big commercial or the big traders or the commercial or who was it? Which traders, which groups, which organization, whoever scooped up those 13,000? Was it just them handing that short off to somebody else? Or, you know, like another banker? Or did legitimate market people like you or me or, you know, the small guy is what I mean by that? Or, you know, some of the large traders or whatever, not commercial, because the commercials are usually the banks. Man, and nobody I don't think has the answer to who picked it up. But the fact that they just unloaded it, could this be a lot of people realizing this is a buy of a lifetime, so they went out on the market and bought all those 13,000 contracts, which is 65 million ounces of silver, by the way, that we all know doesn't even exist. It's a piece of paper that claims it does, yet the same piece of paper has the same claim 100 times for one of those contracts. Incredible. So, is this the bottom? As he says, we're fixing to know. I mean, today's Wednesday, so we have Thursday and Friday. It'd be very interesting to see what silver does. He's saying we could see an absolute bottom at around $26, plus or minus a tiny bit, but around $26, maybe $26.50, and then it should start climbing again. Time will tell, is all I can tell you. But I love hearing that one of the bad guys, the JP Morgan crook and friends, had to sell their little short position off on the market because they got a margin call. Oh, I love that. It's fantastic. Feels like I just stabbed JP Morgan in the heart with a piece of silver, like a vampire. That's pretty cool. So that's all I got for you. I'm gonna link this video, and let's see what happens if we're at a bottom now. So if this is true, by the way, and you're wondering, I wonder if I should get back in right now, or should I wait for it to go lower? You may have to pull the trigger. If this guy is right. And I can't sit here and tell you I know for 100% sure, yes or no, one way or the other. If I did, I'd be sharing it with you, and we'd all be making tons of money on knowing what the price of silver is going to be. So, the guy's legitimate. I can tell you that much. Is his source right? Probably. And let's see what happens with the market regarding the silver market. This could be the bottom. So, if you're thinking about buying, maybe you want to. We'll see. Anyways, take care.